All right. Well, we're not going to do that well in the final standings or anything like that, right? That's not going to happen. Screen's black. There we go. We're not going to do that well in the whole final standings, but, you know. Yeah, now down to 8 and 6. That sucks. That's unfortunate. We did have a chance to have the best conference winning percentage, and we totally threw it away. Let's get killed by Vermont really quickly. Lost by a point. That sucks. To lose by a single damn point. Alright. 15 and 13, we do at least secure a winning record. Let's go back over to recruitment really quick. Actually, we're done with recruitment, that's right. Well, let's just wrap up the old regular season then. Final game is against the New Hampshire Wildcats. I keep hearing a phone ringing within the game, and I don't really recall anywhere that mentions a phone. I apparently have decent job security at the end of our first season, though. So we got that going for us. Sim that New Hampshire game. Because why not? Can we get another win? No, we can't. We lost our final 3 games and finish at 15 and 14. That kind of blows. So yeah, we end up with BU actually finishing at, well, actually dead, 50%. Ugh. Disappointing. Disappointing, boys. Disappointing. Damn. We weren't over 500. We were 500. So we'll see what happens here tournament-wise then. Kansas at 27 and 1. Still the top team according to the media poll. I do an FHM 8 series. Probably not on 8, but if 9 comes out, it'll probably be our return. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's sim. In-season recruiting ends in 1 week. You have 1 week remaining to offer potential scholarships. Let's go to recruiting then. And actually, we removed everybody else, so we're fine. Yeah, we're good. Oh, no, hold on. There was actually somebody there. Recruitment database. Who were the 2 dudes here that hadn't signed yet? We will offer a scholarship to Justin Stanley and Eric Henderson. Just because we can. So why not? Just see if we can get those extra 2 options. We'll see what we're looking like here heading in to old Mach. Fight to the death for the final scholarship, right? We'll see what we're looking like here heading in to tournament season. So indeed, the conference tournament is a factor. So Vermont finished with the best record in the conference. We again were 8 and 8. Hartford went 2 and 14. That is brutal. So right here on the calendar. Oh, never mind, it wasn't on the calendar. Right here, X is technically that. So we do play the Binghamton Bearcats. Interesting. Bracketology. Obviously a tournament bracket if it were to end today, but it hasn't. Tournament brackets, conference tournament, that's what I was looking for. So yeah, see, instead of being a higher seed, we're now the 6th seed, whereas we could have been the 3rd seed over Binghamton. But there we go. I mean, we do have a decent road as the 6th seed. I would have preferred a higher seed, though. So the America East Tournament. We take on Binghamton to try and advance as the stage gets set for March Madness. I can't imagine we'll take part, but damn it, we might get close. Boys, I believe in you. It is time. You didn't win the other game, but now you can win the game that really matters, even though we're on the road. Come on. Come on, we're keeping it close. We're falling back a little bit. Oh no, that's it. They go on a crazy, crazy run in the second half. The Binghamton Bearcats end our season. 61-44. And any shot we had of making the tournament's gone. Yeah. So there will be no madness for us in season 1, to the surprise of absolutely nobody. But we will see who ends up making it. It will not be us, though. So the NCAA tournament. Ooh, the selection show. Okay. Okay. Hold on a second. I gotta go to this screen for a minute. Go to that screen for a minute. Alright. We should be good.
Bill, the selections are coming in, but before we get to them, which teams are still
the teams on the bubble, which will not be us.
These teams here are the teams most people feel
IUPUI at 27-5.
tough decisions.
Here are this year's top seeds.
Top seeds: Purdue, Michigan State, Kentucky, and Kansas, who went 29-2.
Which, if any, will be in the NCAA.
Those are the 4 number 1 seeds.
Now let's show you the 4 regional brackets, starting with
That is the West.
Most people tend to focus at the at-large teams. The seeding of the
Clemson
teams
at number
takes the most
5.
amount of time. It's not
Villanova's
easy
in there.
to balance
Bastards.
each of the
Dayton,
regions.
BYU. Tar Heels made it.
Here are the teams that fill out the
In the
Now,
Midwest.
this bracket looks to be very competitive. Whichever school makes it out of this bracket will be
Syracuse at 4.
for the NCAA Final Four.
3. Okay, Gonzaga. Ooh, Stanford and Gonzaga. Battle of 7 and 10. Tennessee, the 2 seed in the Midwest. Not bad. Not bad.
Let's now turn to the second half.
In the East, Kentucky number 1.
16 teams in the East region.
I've been fortunate because we've seen a lot of these teams play.
I love
this
seeing
season.
Washington in the
I don't
East
think too
region.
Many of these games will be blowouts.
Yeah, Kentucky at 29-3. Texas at 28-4.
Only 16
Last but not
teams
least,
left,
the
and
South.
here they are.
Kansas
South
number 1.
region.
Still don't know who they'll be playing. Minnesota Tulsa, Duke at the 3 spot. And I imagine
each and every year.
it's gonna be a rough time. Regions are a choice in this game, apparently.
As usual, Bill, the teams from the power conferences are well represented.
In terms of bids, look for them to lead the way. This year is obviously
7 bids
no
each from the
exception.
ACC and the Big Ten.
Here are my predictions based on all that has unfolded this evening.
Missing in action:
Maybe
San
you're
Jose State,
surprised
Auburn,
like I
Iowa,
am.
Boise State, UTEP.
Some
Possible
teams that are not in
sleepers.
this tournament. However, pay particular attention
Toughest brackets: the Midwest. Team to beat is Kansas.
How about that for a prediction?
This season's
Duly
tournament
noted.
seeding is official. That about does it for...
It's a cool little process, man. That is a cool little process. Yeah, you can just end up simulating to see what happens. I mean, that'd be a better way to do it than going to the calendar, right? It's just doing it from that screen. So we might as well. I mean, our season's done. Our season is done. So number 1, Purdue. They advance. They will play, I'm sure that's Oklahoma State. Wow, it showed me NC State and Rutgers, and I don't know why. Why did it show me NC State and Rutgers? That's not who I clicked on. It is Oklahoma State. Moving on over Washington State. You got, I believe, Western Kentucky pulling off the upset over Clemson. You got Villanova moving on. Kansas State, I'd imagine, as well. And then Dayton taking on UNC. So North Carolina moving on there, too. Okay. Let's see. The Midwest. MSU advances. Texas A&M fall to Marshall. Okay. And that was the only upset. That was the only real upset there. Did it start us in the West region? Hold on. So I can't worry about the Final Four. Yeah, back to Midwest. That was a bit weird. Okay, what is happening? I feel like it's moving. I don't know. I've lost my mind apparently. All we know, for higher seeds, Clemson falls. We don't yet know between the battle of 4 and 13 in the Midwest. Yeah, you had Marshall and Texas A&M. There we go. That was the only upset there. Tennessee also moved on. In the East, you had Washington fall to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Got some upsets. And then in the South, Illinois falls to Cal State Northridge, who I've never heard of in my life. But Illinois falls to Cal State Northridge. What the hell? Alright, let's simulate these other games and find out for sure what we got going on. So yeah, the only upsets there from the West, you got Western Kentucky moving on. Every other top seed moved on. In the Midwest, you had Old Dominion falling to Siena, who I've never heard of. You also had the Marshall upset. That was it there. In the East, well, we still haven't found out who's going to win this bad boy. No surprise, Kentucky stays in. You had the Corpus Christi upset. And then in the South region, you had the Illinois upset. So a couple of upsets, nothing too crazy. No number one seeds or anything falling super early. No real surprise there. Let's simulate the second round here. See what we got. And every single one of the top 4 in the West region, they are on to the Sweet 16. In the Midwest, again, the 4 higher seeds stay in. In the East, you had the 5th seed, I imagine, Notre Dame. Yep, Notre Dame knocking off Maryland. The only lower seed to win in the second round so far. And in the South, all 4 of the higher seeds move on. So literally just one upset, and it was a battle of 4 and 5. So we got Kansas. Let's see if they can move on to the Elite 8. And they do. Simulate the other matchup there. So, in the South region, the battle of 1 and 2, Kansas and West Virginia, as UVA and Duke fall short. In the West, Purdue and North Carolina, again the battle of 1 and 2. In the Midwest, we don't know yet. Let's find out. Again, the battle of 1 and 2. I'd imagine it's Michigan State and Tennessee. And in the East, Kentucky and Texas. Every single 1 and 2 seed have moved on to the Elite 8. Every single one. Let's see who's going to the Final Four. Purdue knocks off North Carolina. Tennessee. There we go. Nope, never mind. It didn't sim yet. It looked like it was white. Well, sorry, Tennessee. You blew it. Michigan State also moving on. So it's 2 number 1 seeds. Kentucky knocks off Texas, 98-81. And Kansas knocks off West Virginia to move on to the Final Four. So it's all 4 number 1 seeds. Purdue, Kansas, Kentucky, and Michigan State. Your Final Four. And yeah, for the NIT, draw 1 comes down to, I imagine, Georgetown and San Diego State. Draw 2 is Wake Forest and ISU, which I'd imagine is Iowa State. So that is the current NIT setup. Actually, let's see what happens here. So Georgetown moves on, as does Iowa State over the number 1 seed Wake Forest. So that comes down to Georgetown and Iowa State the NIT. Let's see who's going to play for the national title in Indy in 2010. And it will be Kansas and Kentucky. Purdue falls 82-74. And Kentucky knocks off Michigan State 103-72. Who needs defense? So the national title game, Kentucky and Kansas. Iowa State wins the NIT tournament over Georgetown in the final. So, let's see who it's going to be. And the answer is Kentucky. Kentucky wins the national title in 2010. Kentucky wins it 86-70 over Kansas, who were the #1 team all season long. Until that happened. Until that happened. So that is it for our first season at the helm of the Black Bears. And we will move into season number 2. So we went 15-15 in our first year. We definitely improved. We'll start our off season. I don't know what that icon means. I gotta be honest with you. What does that icon mean? ESPN.com, top classes. Looks like Duke had the #1 class in the nation. Quite a few teams with at least 2 5-star recruits, though. In the America East, we had the top recruiting class of the America East, though, because we had a 4-star. We had a 4-star and a 3-star, apparently. So someone who we thought was a 3-star ended up being a 4-star. Not bad. First season. And we immediately have the top recruitment class. Where was the guy that went up to 4 stars? He was 3 stars before. He went up to 4 stars. Because the other 4-star was O'Neal. So Ware was better than expected. And then the other guy's a 7'4" center, for God's sakes. So Ware could honestly play power forward. So all in all, a pretty successful first year. Let's go to verbal agreements. Michael Ware, I wish to sign you. Kurt Bryant, I wish to sign you. I wish to sign Brian Santiago. Ben Simmons, Quabena Valentine, and Eric Henderson. I wish to sign every single one of you. That is a pretty damn good first class, man. That is. All right, let's sim to the start of the day. Players leaving. All right. Oh. So Reggie Spooner graduates, Ryan Sandcastle, Bernie Sanders, Zatara, and Mike Oxmall. Jesus Bynum wants to transfer. I will try to talk him into staying. Well, I don't have the points. So duly noted, we might want to save points for the end. Bynum is going to transfer out. So there's nothing we can do in terms of talking him into staying. His loss, to be honest, because this team's going to be significantly better next year. Pretty much right out of the gates. Pretty happy about that. Pretty damn happy about that. So next thing we got, I believe, is the McDonald's All-American game. Jesus does walk. Go to the McDonald's All-American game. I don't really want to do this. I like that it's an option, but I don't really want to do it. Thank you. Alright, still got nothing we can do for the moment. Next thing we can do, there we go. Let's go to July. Start off-season recruiting. So let's see. Oh my God, there's a couple of 5-star talents. There's no way we'll be in the conversation. But off-season recruiting is underway. Apparently we only have 1 scholarship available right now. Is it because I signed too many people? I'm gonna guess it's because I signed too many people and don't need that many people. Because technically, yeah, we don't have a position of need. So signing people who weren't necessary was a terrible decision. Because I can't just cut them. Duly noted. Duly noted. Signing people that you don't necessarily need is not necessary. So I shouldn't have signed. I mean, I know I can cut them later, but it's like I want to cut them now. Just to make sure I don't miss out on anybody. Well, for the moment then, let's take a look at what this roster looks like if we were to not make any changes. So Ware is a 73 out of the gates. He'll be ahead of Armada or Kurt Bryant. Venny is still our starting power forward. We got a pretty damn good 1-2 punch combo in that little setup there. It's not bad. Small forward, of course, Slammin' Jimmy, Ben Simmons, or Kwabena Valentine. Slammin' Jimmy is pass first. Honestly, Ben Simmons for the moment. I don't know what your name will eventually be, but for the moment, Ben Simmons is going to get the shout as our starting small forward. At shooting guard, Ben Dover is our highest rated option there. And at point guard, Texas Tech is still the best guy for the job. So Phil Brooks will be our sixth man based off of his rating. Are you able to redshirt players? Yes, just not at this screen. And the seventh option, we'll have the Great Smuta at a 71. We'll have Armada. We'll have the power forward and the small forward, and then right at the end will be Bryant and Yakupov. So Valentine and Henderson are the ones that are potentially going to be on the out. That's what our depth chart's looking like. So 3 starters that are at least a 73. That's not too bad. But yeah, unfortunately, I may have screwed up in terms of off-season recruiting because we only have 1 scholarship. So there is nothing that we absolutely need, which is great. Also, we have 156 recruiting points, which isn't that bad. So let's take a look here then at the recruiting database. Search for recruits. Let's start off by interest level, in which there are only 2 2-star guys that have super high interest. Yeah, damn. So we might as well aim high. There aren't the highest level of recruits that are interested in us. There are 2 guys who are 3 stars that have some interest. Yeah, for the moment, it's not amazing. So it's like, do we go after these guys that are 3 stars? We probably do. So let's go ahead. We'll just go with the initial email to mark them down as targets. And from there, honestly, I mean, obviously a crap load of 4 stars. The 2 5 stars are both shooting guards. I mean, screw it. Like, there's no way we're going to get them, but with my current shortage of scholarships and not actually needing anybody specifically, we can kind of set our sights high. Off of states. Best players in Connecticut. We got a couple of 4-star options out of Connecticut. Andy Nielsen. Michael Randall. And Paul Randall. The Randalls. Delaware. We're not going to look at Delaware. Let's see. We got Maine itself. There was a 4-star out of Maine. Leon Samuel, Fort Kent. And there's also a 3-star out of Maine and Tyson Franklin that we should probably look at too. Again, Pipeline States is the focus right now. Massachusetts. We got Corey Wesley at center. Bill Morton. Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, New Hampshire. Couple of 4 stars. Bobby Henderson out of Durham. Dover's John Crockett. And Grant Rivers. All right, so like I said, the odds we get any of these guys, incredibly slim. But we're pretty much, wow, New York is obviously just a gold mine. We're just going to be able to kind of throw our name out there. Derek West. We got Warren Raymond. Ray Cooper. Daniel Everett. James Rivers out of Staten Island. Gavin Boyd. Eric Pratt. And Jared Mills. I think that was the last one. He was. So yeah, if we're looking at 4-star guys, we might as well look at potential pipeline states. Theo Cummings. And Jamal Abrams. Vermont, of course. Ooh, Canada's an option too. That's right. Should have known that because there was that dude last year was Canadian. Fortunately, none of those guys out of Vermont are that decent. What about Canada? No. Oh, Bassie St. John, Tim Cotton, and Kaya Justice. Dude, the naming in this game is hilarious. So, all right, we have our initial kind of targets, and pretty much the goal is to somehow pull off a miracle. Somehow pull off a miracle out of these targets. What does Louisiana look like? I don't care what Louisiana looks like. Sorry, but if I check for you, Cajun, I gotta check for everybody, you know? It's just... Marcus Hawkins, #1 recruit in the nation. Honestly, we can just kind of leave it for a minute. We can just kind of leave it for a minute. Back to the calendar. Simulate to the start of the day. I'll actually sim 2 days just to play it safe. Out of our targets, there's nobody that we absolutely need. Obviously, the chance of me getting either of these 2 5-stars is so damn slim, I might as well not even bother. But the 4 stars, that is where we can, that's where we can kind of do what we got to do. Honestly, I mean, I think we can just kind of wait it out. In terms of off-season recruiting, we should be fine. I mean, the recruiting obviously carries over. Although, never mind. It doesn't carry over, and some people have signed very, very quickly. Okay, lesson learned. Lesson learned. So we do have a couple of people that we can kind of send shouts out now to. But not many, as a lot of people were signed. Shit. Alright, well, we can't get a single... Actually, we could get a center. Bobby Henderson. Alright, Bobby. Let's send that official letter of interest to you. Same for Cooper. Let's kind of see who's left of the best of the rest type of thing. Again, a learning experience. I'm so used to how college football revamped works that this is a little bit different. Let's see. Gotta send Gavin Boyd a letter. Jamal Abrams. Honestly, we're gonna have to go back through this too. Is it worth... Like, are these points gonna be different than what I get in the middle of a season? Is my question. Doesn't feel like it, but I'm also very surprised people signed so early. Richard Perry, let's just talk then, I guess, buddy. Not much I could do aside from a huge multi-point care package. I guess we'll just wait it out. Like I said, I mean, we technically don't even need to bring anybody in. So we'll kind of see who's left. If we can swoop in at the last minute. Alright, so Bobby Henderson is still a possibility. Let's see, we could... Let's do the old care package for Bobby. Same for Cooper. Same for Rivers. I mean, it's 3 points per person. That's not that bad. Grant Winslow, the 3-star. We got Andy Nielsen. Gavin Boyd. Jamal Abrams. And Bill Morton. Shooting guard, Warren Raymond. Point guard, Michael Randall. Andy Carter. Screw it, why not? And Tyson Franklin. I just realized I sent Andy Carter one without the letter, so it cost more. So that was another lesson learned. We're learning a lot of lessons, you know? Alright, so we gotta wait another week here. Let's see, who else is interested? So Henderson's at very low. Let's conduct a phone interview there, Mr. Henderson. We're gonna just keep trying to kind of chip away. I don't know where the hell to check the phone thing. It rings every once in a while, and then I still haven't figured out where to check it consistently. Ooh, Winslow would be 12 points. Nielsen would be 3 points. Boyd is 3 points. I don't know why that other guy was going to be 12 points for the phone call. Click on that guy again. Morton, 6 points. It's got to be off of interest, right? Like, depending on their interest, it costs more or something like that? Or the more, yeah, I mean, maybe even the more interest they are, the more it costs. Long distance, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Alright, well, going for the phone interviews. It's gonna be another week. We are running out of time. More phones. Go to off-season recruiting. So this is pretty much it. Whoever's left, now is the time to offer yield scholarship to whoever is left. They're all 4 stars, so they'd all be, or at least they're not all 4 stars. There was the 3-star. I am only going to send out, I think, the scholarship for the 4 stars, because I think that 3-star would immediately accept, although you could argue that maybe Winslow was worth it. It would just, yeah, I mean, they're all very low. Honestly, I'm probably going to offer the scholarship to Winslow, and I think he is going to immediately accept, is what it looks like. But that's not bad. I mean, it would be another 3-star addition. But you never know. Maybe there is a miracle to be had here. Can't even offer that 3-star due to scholarship. Offer one to Franklin. And Winslow. Offer him up a scholarship. And we should be pretty much good to go. Looks like it was Pratt. Unless it's a different UM, but it probably is. It's probably Michigan. I think our abbreviation is technically UMO. Let's see what happens. Again, no idea where to answer that damn phone. No idea. I hear it ringing, but I don't know where the hell to answer it. Let's go to cut, red shirt, and reorder. So, we didn't get anybody else, which means our team is our team set up as we expected to have it set up. I mean, we could technically, with 14 people, we can technically redshirt. I don't think we have to cut anybody. I mean, we could. Like, we do have a lot of point guards, don't we? Yakupov's a junior. Tech is a junior. I think we're just kind of set. So, I mean, get the extra power forward in Brooks. Get the extra small forward in Simmons. He's really the only one. Get a real shortage of small forwards, too. Honestly, Santiago gets a little bit left out. I mean, we could redshirt like Henderson if we wanted to. Honestly, I don't think we have to though. I think we're okay. I think we are probably okay. Sure, delete my emails, whatever. Got a nice political scandal going. We will start the new year. So the ESPNU season preview has us tied for the second best team in the conference. Vermont is still number 1. We have a C+, as do Binghamton. Not bad, not bad. Okay. That's doable. NCAA-wise. Oh, that's going to take 6.5 years, so we won't do that. My team preview. We get a budget of 101 points. We do need to recruit a power forward. We have 3 scholarships. Have Connecticut, Maine, New Hampshire, New York, Rhode Island as pipeline states. So that's not too bad. Oh, I was thinking about buying NCAA March Madness, which is 10 the best one. I mean, 10 is the oldest. I'd recommend either 08, 09, or 10 if you're going for like the 360 era, just because the recruitment in 07 and lower kind of sucks. It's my suggestion, at least. All right, we got to bring in a power forward. The roster again, Venny to a 79. We're looking okay. We're looking okay. We also have Kevin Braxton as, I believe, a walk-on freshman. Matthew, probably. Well, I definitely have no reason to have Braxton on the team, right? Like, unless it was a position shortage. So, Kevin, I'm going to get rid of you because I don't need you. And from what I can tell, overall-wise, we're still set up as I want to be. I think we're good there. Customizing the schedule. To be honest, I'm cool with just leaving it as it is. We don't have any ranked opponents, thank God. Yeah. I think we're fine. It's a 2 strength of schedule. Obviously, we're still not going to be a contender of any sort. Preseason training. All right. For the guards, we might just go 25% across the board. In terms of the front court, though, honestly, I think, yeah, just 25% across. And again, same thing. We'll go like 60-40 in terms of the training. And then back to recruiting. The challenge. Land a 2-star recruit. Sign a limited potential rate. I don't know what that means. I guess we'll find out. So, in terms of all recruits, don't know too much of what's going on right now. Let's go to the old... Nope, not the old database. Let's go to searching. And again, we are going to prioritize pipeline states first and foremost. So in Connecticut, Jack Oliveira. Doesn't look that bad. And will probably be too good for us considering he's the 30th best recruit in the nation. And we are allowed 25 spots. Honestly, let's set our sights high to start off. Why not? Let's set our sights high. Matt Pitts is apparently a 1-star. Damn. Alright. It's good for Connecticut. What do we got out of our home state here? Couple of half-decent options. Actually, quite a few. In terms of stats, decent. The ceilings might not be all that high. I am aware of how quickly we're running out of spots. Don't worry. We will optimize this a little bit more in a minute. We're going to have to because Massachusetts-wise, Tyler Meyer is decent defensively, but obviously we're looking for pretty well-rounded. I don't believe top recruits would be possible at this stage. Honestly. For our short list. Let's restart here, because I did this a little bit out of order. Also, I didn't even notice Doug Butts. And I hope that I am still able to target Mr. Doug Butts. Terms of recruits. Screw the states. Highest interest level. Nobody starts off with super high interest. That's not great. For high interest, though, we do have some options. Not the best options. I kind of want at least a B and a C. So that will be the question. Is do we focus on the dudes that actually have interest? Or do we aim our sights a little bit higher? Because we are not going to be a big enough school based off of last season. We are not going to be a big enough school still and a big enough program to be able to properly bring any big fish in. That is just not going to happen anytime soon. So I think we kind of have to at least set our sights on some of the talent that we might actually be able to get. It's pretty much what we're looking at. I mean, again, we could set our sights super high, but let's not aim too high right out of the gates. There are some decent options here that we could get, right? It's not amazing, but there are some decent options out of this group on the short list alone that we could get. I mean, 3 scholarships. If we look at a couple of guys that are B&B, hopefully they're actually a little bit better than what it shows. But we can do decently here. But none of these guys are like top 100 rated or anything like that. I mean, that guy's 188. So I think we'll be okay. For those guys being our initial targets, let's not set our sights too high. So Season 2 with the Black Bears. And I feel like we're not doing completely terribly. I might be wrong. So let's see. At center, just shows a bunch of 1-stars. It does show Shandon McDowell as a 5-star with very low interest. And a 4-star Fred Rojas, who also apparently has some interest. I don't know where the hell these dudes came from, or why the hell they're on this list. But we are, well, with 101 points. Cost 1 point to kind of open the door to actually scout these dudes out a little bit more. And I think that's the best thing that we could do, is actually like properly slow and steady scout these guys and hope that some of them are actually better than advertised. So yeah, definitely no rush this season to do anything crazy. Yeah, we'll just end up doing this for everybody. Then we got to rename some players, and then it's Season 2, baby.